right now. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Peter. Thank you, John. Small business owners pushing back on that tax agenda, including the head of the group behind these billboards. They are up in Times Square, getting a lot of attention. Alfredo Ortiz joins us now, the CEO of Job Creators Network. Alfredo, welcome. Thank you. Why did you feel compelled to build that billboard and put it up in the crossroads of the world?
Yeah, that's right, Sandra. Thank you. Well, tax increases on small businesses are coming if Joe Biden gets his way and his tax plan goes through. Peter just reported on all the spending. Well, something's got to pay for it, and that's something are tax increases on small businesses. It's either going to be through the repeal of the 20% tax deduction or through an increase of 33% on our small businesses. Either way, this is disastrous for our small businesses. And so to that, we said, heck no, and I'm editing a little bit here, our billboard, not under our watch. Look, small business owners barely got through 2020. Those that did, unbelievably, did so because of great programs like the Paycheck Protection Program. And instead of coming up with great programs like that, the Biden administration is trying to find ways of really hurting small businesses, whether it's through mandated federal wages at $15 per hour or now these tax increases. So we're not going to allow it. We're going to be pushing back as hard as we can.
How'd you come up with that number? 10 million jobs could be on the chopping block as a result of Joe Biden's policies. How did you come up with the number?
Yeah, it's a combination of different things. On joblostjoe.com, you'll see it outlined. But it's from the Paris Treaty on the climate change, for example. You have about 9.5 million jobs there. You have jobs lost for the Keystone Pipeline, for example. On the minimum wage alone, you have up to 2.7 million jobs potentially lost, and possibly even more. And so when you look at the combination of those jobs lost and then the tax hikes, because look, Sandra, one of the things that we know that small business owners, our members did, and all small business owners across the board with the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, they took those savings and they reinvested it back into higher wages, more benefits, hiring more people, or putting those dollars right back into property and plant and equipment for the growth of their business. And that's what really led to that growth. And we got to remember that 2/3 of new job growth is in the hands of these small businesses across the country.
You know, there were many small businesses that said that they felt it was a very business-friendly environment the past 4 years under the Trump administration. Someone who worked for the past president, Larry Kudlow, now with the Fox team here, he's talking about class warfare, and he's speaking out pretty fiercely for what he's hearing so far and what he's seeing as far as this administration's policies. Real quick, here's Larry Kudlow.
It has, big implications for policies. It has big implications for economics. It has big implications for the stock market, because most of these initiatives are anti-business, a lot of class warfare against wealthy people who start up new business.
Now, the voice of our small businesses is so important right now. You're trying to give them one, because the big warning from folks like Kudlow and others is that these small businesses have been in a world of pain as a result of the pandemic. Why would the administration start looking at tax hikes at this moment in time, even if it was necessary a year from now, 2 years from now? Why, when these businesses are still reeling from a global pandemic?
Sandra, they're just completely out of touch. They truly do not understand our small business community. They don't understand how important they critically are to not only our country, but to communities across the board. And these tax hikes, this is going to be disastrous for our small businesses. It's a miracle that the small businesses that have already survived 2020 are still around. And now to put this on top of them as they're trying to get out and survive, this is just unbelievable. So we're going to keep on being loud about this, and hopefully at one point, we did send a letter to Congress and the leaders in Congress about this, and so hopefully they will answer us back. But we got to keep on making this a very, very loud issue so that all Americans realize what's happening.
That they're the engine of our economy, those small businesses and their owners. And you did speak out loudly with that billboard. We noticed it. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Sam.